Welcome to the weekly challenge. In this challenge, I'm going to challenge you to bulk rename files on your hard drive. You will need to change the capitalization scheme for the file names, replace a company name, and even put a new name for the files and pull that out of the files themselves. It should be a lot of fun. Now, if you're not familiar with the weekly challenge, let me explain. Each week, I challenge you to tackle a topic in C#. I give you all the materials you need to get started. For example, this week, not only do you have the PDF that outlines the challenge, you'll also have a starter bundle, a starter zip file that has the files to be renamed and pictures of what the resulting changes should look like. Okay? So make sure that you get those materials. Now, each challenge should take between 10 minutes and half an hour. That isn't a lot of time to dedicate to improving your C# skills. But I guarantee you, if you do the challenge each week, your skills will grow. Now, if you're interested in how I would do it, or if you get stuck, you can follow the link in the description to sign up for my solutions. The best part is you'll get all the back issues of the challenges as well. Either way, make sure you follow the other link in the description to get the challenge files associated with this challenge. That's the files themselves, the files to be renamed, as well as the pictures of what the resulting file should look like, and this PDF I'll be showing you that outlines the steps for this challenge. Okay, so the goal for this challenge is to be bulk file renaming some files. Okay, so we're going to create a console app that will rename every text file in a folder to be standard casing. What I mean by that is the first letter of each word should be capitalized. Also, I want you to replace any instances of the name Acme with Timco. Okay, now notice that Timco, the capital C, is capitalized. All right, so even though we'll be doing standard casing for our names, the exception is Timco. All right, so let me show you what the files look like. So here's the primary challenge files. This is what the files look like. Acme bonus file.txt. Let's zoom in here a bit. So Acme bonus file.txt. So replace Acme with Timco. Make sure the B is capitalized. Make sure the F is capitalized. Not the TXT, just the Timco bonus file. All right. So this should say Timco by Timco Inc. Notice that Acme is in here twice. All right. And again, the casing should be correct. This one is one of the tricky ones. Pac-Men are people too. Now, why is that in there? Well, look at Pac-Man. Take the P and the N off, and what do you get? Acme. That is not what you should replace. You should not replace the Acme in Pac-Man with Timco. All right? So make sure you don't replace that one. All right? And there's some other tricky ones in here that you'll find. Now, I have included for you the results. So let's look at the results here. These are the results you should see. So notice Pac-Man is still Pac-Man, but first test file for Timco. All right? So make sure that all of these look exactly the same. If yours look different, you've got something wrong. Okay? Now, let's move on to the bonus challenge. The bonus challenge is to use the files in the advanced folder and rename the files based upon the first line of each file. Okay, so what I mean is if file1.txt has the first line of testing, the new file name should be testing.txt. And make sure you retain that extension. All right, so in the bonus challenge, we have files challenge. Make sure you get those files and get started. Now, pay attention to detail, and also make sure that as you're doing this, don't use too big a tool. For example, this is probably not the solution where you bring in regex. Regular expressions are something that can be very powerful, but they're kind of overkill sometimes. This is one of those cases when it's probably overkill. All right? It's not worth the speed impact that it's going to cost. All right? So make sure you keep an eye on those speed issues. All right? So that's the challenge. Hopefully you got it. Hopefully you've already got an idea of how you're going to start, but also maybe that this is going to stretch you a little bit. Okay? I hope that through this you learn something new. All right? Thanks for being a part of the challenge. Good luck and happy coding.